Welcome back to the Called by My Name podcast, where we have the tough conversations we tend to shy away from while using our voice as a weapon and not a threat. So today, today we have the first ever guest on the podcast. I am so excited, guys, because you know how I've always said, like, I need to bring some guests. Y'all have been telling me, my friends have been telling me, our guest has been telling me. I'm just like, okay, I really need to stop playing. So when I was thinking of like, who do I want to bring on the podcast? I was like, who else? Like, who? Y'all know y'all have that one friend where it's like, if it wasn't for them, honestly, I really don't even know, like, them and Jesus. Okay, like I really don't even know like what I'll be right now or what I'll be doing. So I was like, it has to be Shainah. So if you don't know Shainah, she is an amazing poet, educator, artist, cook, chef, prophetess, bishop, the whole fivefold ministry. She's amazing. But I was like, I have to have her on the podcast. But not only is she like my best friend, she is so full of like wisdom and just so filled with grace. And she's like a treasure in my life, honestly. So without further ado, I want to introduce Shainah Andrews to the Call by Name podcast.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, as a former professor of mine, his friend once said, "You made me sound so tall. Thank you for making me sound so tall." Literally, it is such a joy, sheer joy, such a pleasure to be on a podcast that I listen to while I'm cooking, while I'm cleaning, when I'm going through it, on my good days, on my in between. I'm so honored to be here. And like you said, just continue the conversations. If y'all don't know, we talk every Monday. So we
Listen,
were just like, you know what? We just want to bring the mics literally to the episode, and y'all are gonna just, be along for the ride. So enjoy us in our natural habitat.
listen, for the next 40 minutes, this is Shainah and I's world, and y'all are just living in it, not to toot our own
Just a fly on the
horn,
wall.
but no, seriously, because I'm like, seriously, like what Shainah said, like we literally have like weekly conversations every week, which I've grown to really appreciate because I feel like,
Mm-hmm.
navigating through adulting and just trying to really find your own way in life, like I don't know, the questions that Shainah asked me, I don't know if I would have asked myself on a daily, like on a weekly basis. So like, hey, like, how are you doing? Like, what's actually going on in your head? Like, how's work for real? Like, what's actually going on? What are you working on? Like, okay, how's your prayer life and stuff like that? So yeah, this is honestly gonna be like this is a Monday, y'all, like our normal like check-in day, normal time. So this is just going to be on video. That's it. And we have mics in our faces. That's the only difference of this entire thing. No, but I'm really excited about even like our topic that we're going to talk about because we kind of finalized on the topic last week.
Mm-hmm.
And we were like, what do we want, the Lord to say? And the prophetess, she came out with like a whole, spiel. So I was like, we just have to say it. But before we get into the main episode, so you guys know I mentioned I really love the Know For Sure podcast. If you have not heard about the Know For Sure podcast, you need to. So don't stop this episode, but after after the episode, definitely check it out. It's amazing. It's with B. Simone and Megan Ashley. It's so amazing. They have transparent conversations and they've been best friends for 20 years. So it's just beautiful to see their journey and just how they're still growing, also connecting with other people. But when I was watching the episode, with all the guests they have coming on their podcast, they do this game called the Rapid Fire question game. So I was like, let me just steal that a little bit. So, and me and Shainah are always deep. So I'm like, it's supposed to be rapid fire, but we're probably going to just flow into
Slow
something,
fire.
So are you ready?
I am.
Okay, cool. So the first question is, what's one place you'd want to travel to next?
Oh, Salvador de Bahia, Brazil. It's known as Little Africa. And since, as you know, I've been to Ghana and Cote d'Ivoire in West Africa. So seeing the seams that connect Black culture in a part of the world that people usually don't consider Black, or having Black people, would be really awesome. And I'm wanting to like learn more about the culture there, the food, and just go to a completely new place in the world. Like I've been to South America before, but like it would be a completely different experience. So Salvador de Bahia in Brazil.
That's amazing. Brazil is very beautiful to me. Like Brazil, like
Hmm.
Argentina, Colombia. Like, have you ever watched Disney's Encanto before?
I've
The
I've
movie?
done a workout to the soundtrack, but I've seen like previews of the movie and stuff. It looks so cute. I need to watch it though, because it looks so like it just
It's
looks
so
so
amazing.
adorable.
Oh, it's so like even on a personal level, girl, I'm just like, yo,
Mhm.
listen, I am the main character. Like it's really, really good. But I don't know.
We
I
all
love the
want.
movie because it's
Mhm.
originated from Colombia. So just made me think of Encanto
Oh,
because like Colombia, like Argentina, Brazil, like
Colombia's
that whole
beautiful too.
thing.
Mhm.
So beautiful, so beautiful. Like, because when I was thinking of this question, I was just like, because you know me, I love to travel. And I
Mhm.
feel like because I don't do it as much as I want to, my mind is like, can be so small sometimes as far as
Mm.
where I want
Mhm.
to see next and where I want to go in the world. So I'm like, let me not
Mhm.
think of something in the US. But the first thing that
Yeah.
came to my mind, honestly, was Nigeria.
Oh, yes. You absolutely have to go. Like I'm saying it like I've been there, but yes, you go.
I know. I really, really want to go because you know I've only been once.
Mhm.
And my parents go every year, like during like the
Mhm.
Christmas time or the holiday season. But like
Mhm.
I don't know, because like, you know, I'm obviously Nigerian. So it's
Mhm.
weird because I haven't been back there in so long. So it's like
Yeah.
I know by blood, obviously, I'm Nigerian by
Mhm.
culture, by everything, I'm Nigerian, but
Mhm.
it's like I have so many family back home that I have not even
Mhm.
met like either ever because like they were born
Mhm.
after I visited when I was 7 or they're
Mhm.
just so grown now or it's just so many like I haven't even met all of them. So I'm like I really want to go to Nigeria and like just really like connect with like where I'm from, you know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
like cuz I know like sometimes like because I haven't been there, sometimes I can look at all the
Mhm.
bad stuff and you know, because like I was in a season where I
Mm.
was like,
Mhm.
curse the whole thing. I hate it. I don't like it. But that's where I'm from and I love my culture. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
So I don't know.
Uh-huh.
That's definitely the place I
Yeah.
want to visit next is Nigeria.
And you're also at the age too where you can like fully remember and appreciate the experience as
Yeah.
well. So going at this point in your life or even like a little later on, I feel like it would be such a wise choice for you to do that now or like in the near future. So we're gonna add that to the bucket list. We're gonna see you
Listen,
posted out in Nigeria soon. So
listen. Nigeria and New Year's or Christmas
listen,
2023.
that's
Yeah.
what I hear is the time to go.
No, but I really want to go to Nigeria. I really, really do. And I'm
Mhm.
also older, so I have like God
Yeah.
willing, like wisdom to know like what to do, what
Hmm.
not to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, okay. Next question is describe your style in one word.
Ooh. It is one word. As an English person, I should have like adjectives
Yes, Shainah,
flying
this should
around.
be
I would say youthful. And like in the sense that when I think of youthfulness, I don't think of it as like just like little kids or like small, you know, children. Like I think of kind of like the innocence in youth that we like have in Christ. And just
Oh,
when I
yeah.
think of youthfulness, I also think of like brightness and colors. You know, it's like when you're a small child, usually it's like you put all these different patterns together and you kind
Mhm.
of just, see what sticks. And I just think of like just youthfulness because I don't necessarily adhere to like what is expected
Yeah.
of like older people, but like of course like I can dress professionally in a respectful way, but I just think that I maintain my like childlike youthfulness in my style. So I guess I'd use youthfulness.
That's an interesting word. I like that though, because like
Mhm.
your style is very unique and like you really
Oh,
don't
thank
care.
you.
Like y'all, Shayna doesn't care about, oh, the trend is like high-waisted jeans. Shayna, like
What is
she's
a
gonna
trend?
wear whatever she wants to wear. Like, but I can say like about your
Literally.
style, I love like how bold it is and the
Oh,
most
thank
like
you.
you don't need a reason to
Uh-huh.
like wear your outfit. You get what I'm saying? Like, you know how like
Yeah.
a lot of us is like, well, I'm gonna save that for like, you know, a
Uh-huh.
nice dinner. I'm gonna save that for like when I go out
Right.
with that person. But Shayna like will have a
Every day is a
whole
celebration.
she'll have a whole show going to like the corner store. You get what I'm saying? Like
Literally.
I'm telling you, but I really love like even the rings that you have on. Like I love it because it's
Oh, thank
like
you.
I don't know. It's like every ring has a story. I don't know if that's like true, but it's
Mhm.
like every ring has a
Mhm.
story, or like even like your jewelry, your nose ring, like everything like
Mhm.
that. So I don't know. It's very like eccentric and really bold when I think of your
Oh,
wardrobe.
thank you. I love those words.
For me, y'all, it's comfortable. Let me tell you something. Like
That's a key.
mine is comfortable. Like I am the only girl of two older brothers. So I mean, I was a tomboy. I still kind of am, to be honest. Like when it comes to like my style, I think of like some really nice leggings or some really nice jeans, like some Jordans and like a really nice top. Like that's just kind of what I think about it because I just love to be comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Like I really love to be comfortable
Mhm,
and sometimes it gets the best of me because sometimes I can look a man, like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes
mhm.
it doesn't really, flatter me very well. But I don't know. I just love to be comfortable. But when I step, I try to step correctly, you know what I'm saying?
And
So
she does, ladies and gents. And you also like, I would add cute in front of comfortable because
yeah.
you make the comfortable look really cute. So
Thank
give yourself a little
you.
more credit.
Thank you, girl. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so the next one is if you could travel back in time, what period would you go to?
So this is like any time period?
Yeah, anytime period.
Oh, you know what? I would love to go back to the beginning of time in Africa specifically, because obviously that was before technology in the sense of like phones and pictures and anything that like we can look at now.
Mhm.
And like, what did the continent look like before it was touched by colonization,
That's good.
industrialization, anything like that? Like, it's so hard to imagine that even with like, the artifacts and manuscripts that we have. So that I would definitely want to go back to that time period and experience like an untouched time on the continent. So
That's good. So before, the other folks wanted to mess with us, want to see,
in
you know what I'm
short.
saying? Listen, no, I love that. Like, I honestly, especially being Nigerian, like, it's beautiful to see, like, Black people embrace where we really come from.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's
Mm-hmm.
really beautiful. But at the same
Yeah.
time, I would be lying to say that, like, it wasn't something that irritates me sometimes because I feel like
Mm-hmm.
sometimes we only want to connect with it when it's a trend. Because I remember,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
True.
I
Mm-hmm.
remember growing up and like being Nigerian was a joke. Like it was a literal
Mm.
joke. It was something to be embarrassed about being African. Like
Mm.
we all know like the Feed the Hungry commercial that we all
Mm-hmm.
remember, you know what I'm saying, of Nigeria
Mm-hmm.
or overseas and stuff like that. So
Mm-hmm.
like I remember, just like the trauma we had to go through
Mm.
with like where we were from. So now it's like
Mm-hmm.
it's beautiful because like iconic movies like Woman King and like Wakanda, Black
Mm-hmm.
Panther, it's beautiful because I'm like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
like for me, to me, it's beautiful. I even spoke about this like on the Chadwick Boseman like tribute episode that I did, but it's beautiful to see like our culture portrayed in a true positive light. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like not in like poverty and the lies and all that
Mm-hmm.
different type stuff that every country has poverty.
Mm-hmm.
But
Right.
right. Every country has poverty, but like in the truth of what it is. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's really
Yeah, that's yeah, and that's a good point because like as a Black American, I vividly remember elementary and middle school. It was not a fun time
no.
for my peers who were African, and it has made like the shift is so evident, and I feel like it is only right for that truth to be acknowledged. Like what was in, what was cool, and kind of like now like what are the benefits to like hopping on this bandwagon. But like at the core of it, like genuine exploration of like identity and roots is so fundamental to
Mhm.
identity and like moving forward, and like and not the sense of like forgetting the past, but like healing from the past
That's
and
good.
embracing where we all come from, and what that means for where we are going.
Yeah, and it's like you can't really know like who you are if you don't know where you come from.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, because a lot of like even your patterns, your way of thinking, it can be
Hmm.
impacted by culture, not even the culture that you're
Hmm.
in right now, but like from your
Hmm.
great, great, great. Because like it's
Hmm.
crazy how like we talk about generational blessings and curses and stuff
Hmm.
like that, but like it's not like we can see the blessing from our father like physically transcend into our
Hmm.
mind. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah,
something
yeah.
that by like actions we see, we repeat, words we hear, we
Yeah.
repeat, you know what I'm saying? Or like different
Mhm.
customs and stuff like that. So yeah, I
Mhm.
think it's beautiful for everybody, like whether you're like, you know what I'm saying, like Nigerian or whatever it is,
Mhm.
like to
Mhm.
try to make that effort to connect with where you come from, because it really will give you understanding with who you are and
Mhm.
who you're called to. You get what I'm saying?
For
So
sure. For sure.
yeah. For me, it's crazy because you thinking big, girl. I was like the 90s.
But that is a good time too, because I was born. We both were born right at the end of it, but like
Right at
in
the
its prime, I'm sure the '90s were lit, and in the outfits, like I
what?
would have been living.
Listen, I'm like, Sister Acme, please. Like that is me. Cause like I don't know, cause I'm tomboy. So I'm like, yo, I can wear
Right.
baggy stuff, but it fits in the right places. So it's not like I'm looking like
Yep.
I'm wearing a sheet. You get what I'm saying? But like the
Yeah.
jeans are nice, like the hairstyle was nice, the music,
Yeah.
well, not even just the style, but like
Oh
the
man.
R&B, hip hop. Like what? Like Whitney Houston was rising, what?
God knew where to put us because I don't know if we would have made it out
Girl, I'll be
alive
on the
from it.
street.
He knew what he was doing. He knew he's like, I'll let them like right at the cusp of 2000. Like I'll allow them to be in this time period.
Listen, I'm telling you, but no, it was like it's just it's so good. So for me, like I would think like the 90s
For
or
sure.
even like the 80s, like the 80s for me. Cause
Yeah.
like,
Hmm.
I grew up, me and my brothers love Michael Jackson. So I'm like, oh my God, like Michael Jackson, like
Oh.
Thriller and like Off the Wall and like all this different type of
Uh-huh.
stuff. So like, yeah, I would say like the 90s or like the 80s around there.
I like those answers.
Okay, one last thing I'm gonna say, a question I'm gonna ask. What is one thing that you're most looking forward to this year?
Oh, this year. I'm honestly looking forward to like more, hopefully like an international trip. So like I've been like going like, throughout different cities in North Carolina, and I'm possibly like maybe like out of state trips this year, but just like thinking back to the first rapid fire question, like Salvador de Bahia, like if I could do an international trip there, even like, me back to Ghana, like any type of international trip this year where I feel like my blackness is not like being attacked
Mm,
and like in a particular space, I would love to just have that because like we've had this conversation so
yeah,
many times, but like as a black woman in America, it's very hard for me to feel safe, to feel at peace, and to feel
yeah,
like genuine like joy and peace in my mind. And I like I can't explain it other than like our bodies and our spirits like knowing what and where home is. But like West Africa is like that safe space for me. And so I imagine like little Africa in Brazil and like being connected back to to the motherland in that space could, evoke similar, emotions and experiences. And I've seen from other Black women, they say that they get similar, feelings and emotions and like peace of mind in Salvador de Bahia as well. So just being and I guess like apart from traveling, just being more expectant. Like this year, I'm just so
yeah,
expectant
that's good.
of so much like of what God is going to do, even if I don't know what that is. Like just being expectant of the greatest person to have expectations of would definitely be like a full like I guess answer for me.
Yeah, no, being black and being a black woman, being black in America,
Hmm.
but being a black woman in America or in the world
Mm,
today, girl, that's a
yeah.
whew, diary of a mad black woman.
Yeah, that's a whole nother podcast episode,
Listen,
honestly.
Tyler Perry knew what he was doing. Like seriously, but it's like,
Hmm.
and it's I don't know, like sometimes like being a black woman, it can be very scary sometimes because you go on social
Yeah.
media. I mean, oh my God, like, okay, black woman, listen up.
Hmm.
Like, gotta do this, gotta do that. Like, you gotta have like
Hmm.
your keychain with like your pepper spray and like, your
Hmm.
pocket knife and all of this stuff and yada, yada, yada. And, sex
Hmm.
trafficking. It's like all mainly Black
Yeah,
women, like all this
absolutely.
different stuff. So it's like, yeah, go into a place where you can feel safe and not targeted or
Yeah,
like
exactly.
prejudged. I think like
Mhm.
that's where like the true safety is for sure. And I love how you said like just like not limiting yourself and just like believing again and just like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
that's really, really beautiful. I think for me, like um when I was thinking of this question, I was just like, I look forward to a year of consistency.
That's so good.
Like a year of like just
Mhm.
being consistent, like not
Mhm.
and sis, like be like a year of consistency. Like, okay, I'm starting this
Mhm.
thing. I'm gonna keep going through the
Yeah.
seasons. Like, sometimes you literally have to push, like, keep
Mhm.
going, like through the seasons, through what I'm going through, like continually like pushing and pressing. And just a
Mhm.
year of actually like having something evident. You get what I'm saying? Like in my like where I can
Yeah.
see like this is it. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like not in that. And what I mean by that is no longer sitting on the things God gave me, no longer sitting on like
Mhm.
prophetic words and sitting on different things like that, but
Mhm.
actually like going forth with like what the Lord is telling me to do. And just like I feel like that's like the enemy's biggest fear in my life is like, oh, she
Mhm.
can't be consistent. Like she can't keep going. Like she gotta, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? When it comes to bad seasons,
Yeah.
like we can
Mhm.
like knock her down and like that's the way it is.
Mhm.
So I think for me it's consistency.
That's such a word because, like, thinking about how often we as people, we give up and give in before we can even see the results of what we were doing. Like, I'm thinking now, like, in my head, like, the process of baking a cake. Like,
Mhm.
we are like, our life and our dreams and our goals are like the cake that's baking in the oven and we have like the light on and we're like looking at it and impatiently. And oftentimes before we even allow it to fully cook, before we allow like what God is doing to even like take root in our life. Like we just open up the oven and then it like collapses. And like,
Mm.
that's not to say that God cannot redeem anything and anything, but like the fact is we before we even give it a chance, we are not consistent in being consistent. I think that's such a
Mhm.
game changer. And like you said, like the power of a year is so real. And thinking about if we were to just do that one thing
Mhm.
consistently for 1 year, like we would be a lot further ahead than starting something and then stopping it every 2 weeks or every 2 months and then picking up again. Like you said, consistency is key, and I think that's really really important as we like continue to grow and mature because like we're young, but we're also not getting any younger at the same time.
Yeah, no, for real. And like, I don't know if you heard of that like viral audio on Instagram of Denzel Washington where he said, without commitment, you'll never start, but without
Mm.
consistency, you'll never finish. And I was like,
That's good.
ooh, that's good. Cause it's like you can commit to something
Yeah.
like, God, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna start it,
Hmm.
have all the goals, but it's like, and we're gonna get into an episode about process, like God get grit. Come on, Holy Spirit. Like God gets you the thing, but
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
commitment is what's gonna take you to sustain it. You get what
Hmm.
I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
if you're not committed to it, if you're not constantly showing up like through
Hmm.
everything, like it will
Hmm.
just keep on being something where you have to keep on going to the altar to get prayer for it. Now I want to definitely preface
Mm.
like going up to the altar, like do whatever you need,
Hmm.
get what you need. But I feel like there's
Right.
certain things that we shouldn't keep, you know what I'm saying? Like struggling
Yeah,
with, if that
going
makes
back
sense.
continuously. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Going back continuously, because even the Bible talks about like, like we're no longer babies who need milk. Like it comes to a point in our like it comes to a point like in our walk where we chew on meat now. Like there's like
Hmm.
maturity. Like even like what the Bible says,
Yeah.
like when I was a child, I thought like a child. I think like a child. I
Hmm.
did things like a child. But now
Hmm.
I'm a man. I don't do those no more. So I think like
Hmm.
even with consistency comes maturity because you got to look at
Hmm.
like your problems, look at those excuses, be like, no, I'm not going to entertain that. I'm gonna just keep going. Like that's
Yeah.
maturity because you can grow, you can throw yourself a
Hmm.
pity party, be like, oh God, this is wrong, yada yada yada. But
Yeah.
like consistency really, really like requires maturity, But we're
Hmm.
gonna get into the main topic after this, so you guys stay right there.